It was the day before Christmas at Canterlot Academy, and the students were trekking through the snowy weather in winter gear to the school building. Though they were on Christmas break, they were going there for a very special occasion. Spike walked with his 7 closest friends and spoke. "I can't believe our families are attending the open house at the school. Well, it is a good chance for our families to come see us since we can't exactly go to them too much," Twilight stated, "and a way for them to get to know the other parents," Sunset put in. "I just hope they'll be able to make it. What with this weather," Fluttershy said, motioning to all the snow on the ground and falling from the sky. "Don't worry, Shy," Rainbow replied. "Our parents wouldn't miss this opportunity." "Rainbow's right," Fluttershy, Rarity agreed. "Oh, I can't wait to see my family again," Pinkie beamed as she bounced through the snow. "And this is a good chance for our parents to meet you, Spike," Twilight added. "Oh, I'm sure every parent in the school's gonna wanna meet me." "No kidding," Applejack agreed. "What with you being the only boy in the school as of now, hope you're ready for a lot of lectures from overbearing parents." Rainbow nudged him. Spike was a little nervous but answered, "I'll stomach it." Soon they entered the school building and saw the rest of the students heading for the cafeteria area. The group noticed a sign reading "Family members meet here." Taking the hint, the group followed the rest of the students. Upon entering the cafeteria, they saw it was loaded with adults and other kids and teenagers. The girls were excited, while Spike looked around in amaze. "Wow, you'd think this was a parents' convention or something." Pinkie giggled. "Good one." "Twilight," a male voice called out. Twilight looked over and saw her parents, along with her older brother and an older girl standing close to the brother. The younger girl's eyes brightened. "Mom, Dad, shining armor, Cadence." She ran over and hugged the group. Spike spoke to the girls. "That's Twilight's family." "Aha," Applejack confirmed, "though that girl Cadence is actually her brother's girlfriend." "I see," Spike said as he saw how happy they looked. "Hey, Applejack," the girl's voice called. Applejack saw her Granny Smith, an older boy, and a little girl with a pink bow in her hair. "Applebum, Big Mac," she cheered as she hugged her family. "How have you been, sis?" the girl Applebum asked. "Been doing swell." "How about all of you?" "Couldn't be better," Big Mac answered. Granny Smith spoke. "It's just so nice I can finally see you without standing behind a counter." She laughed. "I hear you, Granny," Applejack chuckled. Rainbow heard a voice call out to her, "Rainbow Dash." The girl looked over and saw her own parents, and a younger girl with moderate cerise-colored hair. "Hey," Rainbow ran over to them. "Mom, Dad, good to see you." She then ruffled the girl's hair. "What's up, Squirt?" "Doing great, sis," the girl smiled. Fluttershy looked over and saw her parents as well. "Mom, Dad." She ran over and hugged the two who embraced her. "It's good to see you, Fluttershy," her mom began. "Haven't been getting into too much trouble, I hope?" her dad asked. "None at all," she answered. Rarity, the fashion girl, saw her own parents and her sister waiting for her. The girl went over and hugged. "Oh, it's good to see you all made it. We wouldn't have missed this for the world," her father chuckled. "Pinkie Pie," a voice spoke up. Pinkie looked over, seeing her parents and 3 sisters. "Yay," she cheered as she ran over and embraced them. Spike looked at them and noticed Pinkie's family seemed to be the exact opposite of Pinkie from looks alone. "Sunset," a voice called, as Sunset looked over and saw her own parents. "Be right back, Spike," Sunset said, as she went over and embraced her parents. Spike watched seeing the girls reunited with their families, and was glad to see them happy. When all 7 families came together to greet one another, Twilight looked over to him. "Spike, come over here." Spike, noticing the rest of the girls beckoning him to join them, went over to them. When he stood before the whole group, Twilight spoke. "Mom, Dad, everyone, this is our friend Spike Drake. He's the lone male student here at the school," Rainbow put in. "Yes, I remember you mentioning having one boy here at the school," Rainbow's father began, as each of the parents looked at Spike as if analyzing him. Nice to meet all of you," Spike began, wanting to make a good impression. Twilight continued. "Spike, this is my family." Her father approached and shook the boy's hand. "Nice to meet ya, Spike. I'm Twilight's father, Nightlight. And this is my wife, Twilight Velvet. A pleasure to meet you." The woman greeted him. "Pleasure's all mine, Matam," Spike replied. The 2 older ones approached, and Twilight's bro greeted. "Hey there, I'm Twilight's older brother, Shining Armor. Twilly told me so much about you in her letters and calls." "Has she?" Spike asked, as he glanced at Twilight, who looked sheepish. The older girl shook his hand. My name's Cadence. Nice to finally meet you, Spike. Thanks, I guess. Applejack brought Spike over to her family. Spike, you all already know Granny Smith. Nice to see ya outside the daily school hours. Sonny, Granny Smith greeted him. And nice to see you out of cafeteria garb, Spike jokes, and the old lady laughed. Applejack continued, and these here are my sibs, Applebum and Big Macintosh. Applebum shook Spike's hand. Nice to meet Chotcha, Spike. Likewise, Spike added, as he saw Big Mac stand before him as he towered over the younger boy. The older boy grasped Spike's hand tightly and shook it. Howdy there, Spike. Good to finally meet the guy Jace told us all about. Same here, Big Macintosh, he answered, as he felt his arm wobble from the handshake. Let's not be formal here. Call me Big Mac. Everyone does. Really? Yep, he answered. Fluttershy spoke up. Spike, meet my parents. Spike looked at the two adults, seeing Fluttershy's mother had her hair color, and the father looked like he had Fluttershy's kind nature. The father greeted him. Nice to meet you, kid. I'm Reginald, and this is my wife, Posy. Thank you for looking after our daughter. Posy thanked him. She can get frightened a little too easily, she giggled, much to her daughter's embarrassment. She gets that from her father after all. Reginald blushed while Fluttershy giggled. I am not so easily frightened, he called out, before muttering, not anymore. Spike chuckled to himself as Pinky brought her family over. Spike, meet the Pie family. My father Igneous Rock, my mother Cloudy Quartz, and these are my sisters, Marble, Limestone and Maud. She held her sisters close. Nice to meet you all, Spike greeted them as Cloudy spoke up. And a pleasure as well, young man. Our daughter just goes on and on about you, Igneous said. She does, Spike asked. Marble and Limestone walk around him as Marble spoke. Yes, she said you're about the only boy she's met in a super long time. Granted, our sister speaks so highly about everyone she meets. She speaks about you with more respect than we've ever heard, Limestone added. I see, Spike replied, as he saw Maud approach him, and spoke in an apathetic tone. You must be very special for Pinky to speak so highly of, Spike thought as he stared at the girl oddly. Well, ain't she a ray of sunshine? Rainbow spoke next. Spike, these are my folks, and my adopted little sis, Scooter Liu. Nice to meet ya, boy. Her father greeted him. I'm Aura Dash, and I'm Firefly, the woman greeted him. Nice to meet you all, Spike greeted the couple, and noticed Aura's rainbow hair color. Nice to see where Rainbow Dash gets her hair color from. Aura laughed and spoke, yeah, and something me and her dyed our hair. Spike chuckled and saw Scootolo speak up. You're lucky to have Rainbow as a friend. She's the best sister there is, Scootolo boasted, while Applebum and Rarity's sister scowled at her claim. Rarity brought the boy over. Spike, I'd like you to meet my family. Spike looked at the three as the father spoke up. Nice to meet ya, sport. I'm Hondo Flanks, and this here's my wife Cookie Crumbles. It's a joy to finally meet the young man Rarity said so much about. Cookie began. You're even more handsome than she said you were. Both Rarity and Spike blushed at what she said as Rarity spoke. Oh mother, please, not in front of Spike. The younger girl spoke to Spike. I'm Sweetie Belle. Well, you're sure cute. Do you have a brother my age? She asked hopefully. Actually, no, Spike answered, while Sweetie Belle pouted. Finally, Sunset Shimmer spoke to Spike and Spike, these are my parents. The father who had red hair spoke. Call me Eclipse, and this is my wife Sunrise. He motioned to his wife, who had blonde hair. Thank you for looking after our daughter. Sunrise thanked Spike. We're so grateful Twilight and the others managed to turn our daughter around, and with you to be there for her makes her all the more a better person. No problem, he replied. Nightlight spoke. So being the only boy here at Canterlot Academy must be a big experience for you. Well, to be honest, I did feel like a fish out of water in a place like this, but I learned to keep my chin up, suck it up, and go with the flow, a male voice spoke up. Now that's the attitude of the boy we raised. Everyone looked over and saw entering the cafeteria was an adult couple, with the man having green hair and the woman had brunette hair. The man continued, Hey son. We finally made it. Mom, Dad, Spike gasped. Who did you expect, sweetie? His mother asked rhetorically. Spike smiled and ran over to embrace his parents, who hugged him back. Spike spoke. Oh, it's so good to see the two of you. I was almost afraid you wouldn't show. Like we'd miss a chance to see our own son for Christmas, his dad asked rhetorically. Spike nodded and continued. Come on, there are some people here I want you to meet. He brought his parents over. Everyone, I'd like you to meet my parents. Mom, Dad, these are some of my friends at Canterlot Academy. Twilight Sparkle, Rarity, Applejack, Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie and Sunset Shimmer. Nice to meet you all, his dad began. My name's Niles Drake, and this is my wife Connie. Hello, Connie greeted them. We're so glad to finally meet the proud parents of such a gentleman. Rarity welcomed them. Niles looked at the girls each and then at his son. Well, Spike, I see you've put together quite an entourage since you enrolled here. He playfully nudged his boy's shoulder. Actually, Dad, they already were an entourage. I became a new follower. Really? His dad asked, and his son nodded. Well, you picked the winner of a group. Indeed, such beautiful and charming girls, Connie said, causing each of the girls to blush. Niles continued, well, since we're all together, why don't we all have lunch together? That sounds like a splendid idea, Hondo admitted. Quite so, Nightlight agreed. Awup, Big Mac nodded, and the decision was made. Soon enough, Spike, his friends, and their families were gathered at a big table and were having lunch consisting of specially prepared food from the Canterlot High Cooking Club. As they ate, the Drakes started getting to know the girls and their families, and vice versa. So what business are you in, Igneous? Niles asked Pinky's father. Rocks, he answered. Rocks? Connie asked curiously. Yeah, me and my fam harvest certain rocks and minerals that could potentially be used as fuel sources or other useful tools. Igneous explained. Sounds like a lot of hard work, Spike said. Once you get used to it, it's no trouble, Igneous replied. Same with farming, Big Mac added. Applejack agreed. What about you, Niles? Twilight Velvet inquired. Well, I work in architecture. Big responsibility when a lot of major companies are looking for better structured buildings, Niles began. I used to work here, until I got transferred overseas to work in other cities. Connie spoke up. Because of this we had to move, but Spike here wasn't all thrilled about it. Then comes the offer I got here, Spike added. With room and board in the dormitory, I could stay there and my parents could move overseas. I admit I was worried about Spike living on his own while we would be overseas. Connie admitted her worry, but I talked to her and convinced her our son was responsible enough to be on his own. Niles put in, and that's how I came to be the first male students in Canterlot Academy, Spike concluded. Pinky smiled. What a beautiful story, the group smiled, as some of the parents had something to ask their children. So, Twilight, how are you going with your studies? Twilight Velvet inquired. Doing splendid, Mum. I'm maintaining my perfect grade average as always, she answered. Rainbow still got the good old soccer kick. Rainbow's dad asked. You know it, Pop, she replied smugly. Cookie spoke to Rarity. And how are your outfit designs going? Honey, magnificent, Mother. I'm already booked to make some new outfits for our next play in January. We'll be doing Peter Pan. Wonderful. Her mother smiled. Sunshine spoke to her daughter. And I hope you're still staying out of trouble, Sunny. I am, Mom, Sunset admitted. Connie spoke to Spike. And how about you, Spike? You have been mentioning you've started providing male vocals for the girls' band. That's right, and working alongside these girls has been good for me, he answered. And it's been awesome having him in our band. Rainbow put in. Your son does have a beautiful singing voice. Rarity added. He gets that from me, Connie said. But he does have my devilish good looks, Niles boasted, as the girls giggled. Why don't I show you around the school after lunch, Spike suggested. That's a lovely idea, Spike, Connie admitted. Great, Spike smiled. Afterward, Spike was showing his parents around the building, while a majority of the students were talking to their parents and family members in the hallways. And over there is the computer lab, and right across from it is the music room. Spike led his parents on the tour. This certainly is quite a school, Niles admitted, but pretty soon you won't be worrying about being the only boy here, huh? That is if this experiment works, Spike reminded him. If it doesn't, where does that stand with you? Connie asked. Choose right. Will you still be allowed to attend here, or will you have to be asked to leave? I have no idea, but I try not to think about that possibility and just let things take their role. Connie then decided to ask him something personal. So, Spike, out of those 7 girls, which is by far your fave? Spike did a double take. Mom, that's kinda personal, you know. Sorry, I'm just curious. Well, I couldn't really choose faves among them. I like them all. Niles decided to ask Spike something personal as well. Like them as in they could be girlfriend material. Dad, Spike snapped. Just asking, son. Niles chuckled. Spike sighed in irritation, until a voice called out. Spike. Spike looked over and saw Trixie running over to him. There you are. I was looking all over for you. Hey, Trixie, Spike greeted her, and could see his parents looking curiously. Mum, Dad, this is Trixie Lulamon. Trixie, meet my parents, charmed and delighted Mr. and Mrs. Drake. Trixie greeted them. Might I say your son is about one of the nicest guys I've ever had the privilege of knowing. That's our boy, Connie chuckled with Niles. Come, Spike, you must meet my parents. Trixie took his hand and dragged him along to meet her folks. Niles and Connie watched as their son was pulled right from left by just about every student to have him meet their folks. They started growing worried as the students started surrounding him like a mob, until Spike managed to slip out from under them and hurry back to them. You okay, Spike? Niles asked. Never better, Dad, he admitted, as he straightened his hair. Please tell me this isn't a daily routine for you, Connie said hopefully. Actually, it kinda is, he answered sheepishly. Should I be concerned? Connie inquired. Relax, Mum, nothing's gone on between me or any of the students here on the degree you're fearing, Spike explained, while not wanting to tell them about how Trixie and Rarity each sneaked into his room. Oh, thank goodness, his mom sighed in relief. Now come on. There's still a lot more to see, Spike said, as the tour continued. Later on, Spike was on his own as his parents were asked to talk to Principal Celestia and Vice Principal Luna. He was currently on his way to look for the girls, only to run into both Shining Armor, Cadence and Big Mac. Oh hey you guys, what's up? Hey Spike, we'd like to have a talk with you, Shining began. Oh, okay, I guess, Spike said, as he started walking with the three. So what's up? I'm gonna be blunt with you. Spike, are you in any relationship with my sister or Big Mac's sister? In fact, any of them, Shining asked. Spike, seeing where this was headed, answered, no way, there's nothing going on like that between me or any of the girls. Cadence sighed, see Shining. I told you it would scare him. I'm not trying to Cadence, I just wanted to know, Shining explained calmly. And so do I, Big Mac added. Spike spoke up, I understand you two care about your sisters like responsible big brothers, but I assure you I have done nothing hurtful to any of your sisters or any of their friends. That's good, Shining said in relief. Now the question is, have they done it to you? Big Mac inquired. Why do you ask? Spike asked, getting a little nervous. Well, just to be frank with you, a Jay's kind of a flirtatious gal when she sets her eyes on someone she likes. Which doesn't happen every so often, the big guy explained. You don't say, Spike asked, having not seen such a side of Applejack yet but may eventually. Same said for Twilly, Shining added, mostly because she picked it up from watching Cadence, and she learned well. Cadence giggled. So just to warn you, Spike, if you do get involved with any of our sisters, or even one of their friends, you better treat them with care and respect, otherwise they will make you regret it, Shining warned him. Spike could only gulp at the thought of any of the girls unleashing hell on him if he made any of them unhappy or even cry. But no pressure, Big Mac nudged him. Gee, thanks, Spike replied, still shaken up from the warning. Come on, let's go find the girls, Cadence offered, as the four walked on. When nighttime came, everyone was in the auditorium listening to the Dazzlings as they sang on stage. When they finished, they took a bow as the parents and students applauded for them. They walked off stage as Celestia and Luna walked out. Celestia spoke into the mic. Thank you, Dazzlings, thank you. Once again, my sister and I are so glad all of you could come to Canterlot Academy for the holidays. Luna spoke into the mic. After all, this is exactly what the holidays are all about, being together with friends, family and loved ones. The parents smiled as they agreed to that. Celestia continued, and now to finish up this showcase, before we all head for the Christmas feast. Here are your Canterlot Academy rainbooms. The audience cheered as the principal stepped off stage, and the curtain opened up revealing the rainbooms with the girls on their instruments, Final at her turntable, and Spike holding a mic. The girls began playing. As Spike began first vocals,
here we are, warm and cozy by the fire's glow,
singing songs and stealing kisses under the mistletoe.
we've finished our feast.
Have the tastiest treats.
But the spirit of Christmas just isn't complete without.
and soon each of the girls took a verse until they sang together, and Spike and Twilight would sing duet vocals.
It's the love we share that fills the air and makes this the best Christmas of all.
Something special underneath the tree.
We hope it fits you perfectly.
I'm making a wish on a sparkling light.
But that's not what makes this so magical night.
It's our true friends and family and the
Everyone in the audience smiled as the Christmas spirit filled their hearts with joy. Even backstage, Sonata pulled Adagio and Aria into a tight embrace as she smiled joyously. Adagio and Aria looked at each other before smiling and returned the embrace to their ditzy friend. When the rainbooms finished, the whole audience cheered. The rainbooms bowed their heads to the audience before the curtain dropped down. The girls and Spike smiled. As the boy spoke, "Well, girls, we did it. That was a great holiday concert." Sunset smiled. "A wonderful performance if I do say so myself," Rarity added. "It really brought the Christmas spirit out of everyone," Fluttershy said as she could still hear the applause from the audience. "We really did it, y'all," Applejack congratulated everyone. "It was so much fun." Pinky bounded around while dancing with Vinyl. Twilight nodded. "It sure was. Let's pack up and join everyone for Christmas dinner," Rainbow suggested. "Sounds good to me," Spike agreed. Until he looked up and gasped. "What is it, Spike?" Rarity asked. "Girls, look up," he said as they looked up and saw some mistletoe hanging above them. "Mistletoe," Twilight gasped. "You know what that means, girls?" Rarity asked the group slyly as they look at Spike. Spike, however, not wanting to be upstaged by them, had to show them he could also be flirtatious as well. "Hold on, girls. If we're doing this, then we do it my way," Spike said, as he grabbed the nearest girl by him, which happened to be Twilight, and pulled her into a kiss. The girls gasped at Spike's move. When Spike and Twilight broke lips, the brainy girl was blushing up. Next, he grabbed Sunset Shimmer by the hand and pulled her into a kiss like he did to Twilight. When they parted, Sunset was smiling brightly. Spike continued to give each girl a kiss from Pinkie Pie, Rarity, Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, Applejack, and finally Vinyl Scratch. After he got to all of them, the girls had blushes on their faces, while Fluttershy felt sheepish, while Pinkie and Rarity had hearts in her eyes. Spike himself stood feeling proud at what he did. "Well, girls, how was that?" "Magical," Pinkie said dreamily. "Merry Christmas, girls." "Merry Christmas, Spike," they replied. "Hey," three voices called. They looked over and saw the Dazzlings looking at them with envy. "We'd like a kiss under the mistletoe with our only male student too," Sonata cried. "It's only fair," Adagio added, as the three surrounded Spike. "Come on, handsome, lay one on us," Aria flirted with him. "Or, we could do it," Sonata suggested, as the three Dazzlings kissed Spike, while the 8 girls fumed. When the 3 were done, Spike stood there blushing as Adagio spoke, "Merry Christmas," and the 3 left to join everyone at the feast. Spike smiled. "I love the holidays." He turned to the girls, seeing they still didn't like the Dazzlings butting in. "Don't worry about them, girls. Let's go to the feast. I am starving." The girls, knowing better than to hold on to such feelings during Christmas, decided to let it go and walked with Spike to join everyone else. Author's note: I hope you all have a Merry Christmas this year, and I don't own the songs used here.
「